Welcome back to Baby Kingle. Today we're looking at cute little winged people, fairies. However, they do not look like the picture I've just shown at all. Back when fairies were a common belief, people wouldn't even say the name. They would either call them hidden people or little people. Fairies live alongside us on Earth. However, we can't see them. They're in a different kind of field or a multiverse kind of thing. So people believe they are similar to ghosts. However, they aren't bad enough for hell, nor good enough for heaven. Gervase of Tilbury first started to describe fairies in the 13th century in hundreds of books he wrote talking about everything he'd seen travelling kingdoms and other provinces. Fairies are not little winged people like I mentioned at the start. They don't look like Tinkerbell, and I'm going to say a few kind of species of fairy and different kinds of fairies, ranging from goblins to wailing banshees. So brownies are the most common ones. They are the ones that reside in households. They are mischievous and play pranks and tricks on people in the house just by moving objects and doing, some say, household jobs as well. So these are the most common. These brownies are everywhere apparently. But fairies aren't all similar to brownies, just little mischievous goblin looking like creatures. There are some really sinister ones as well. For instance, like the banshee. So the banshee is the wailing spirit, as we all know, the ghost. But it's also similar in fairy folklore. So the banshee is seen just before a tragedy. For instance, the washer in the Ford is a banshee that's seen washing people's clothes in blood. So a man could be walking past, see the banshee washing his clothes drenched in blood. This then means that this man will die a violent and horrific death. The banshee is similar to the red cap. Now, the red cap gets its name due to its red cap shown here. However, they cannot let that cap dry. So they must constantly wash their cap and drench it in the blood of their victims to ensure that it stays wet with blood. Red caps carry big iron swords and picks and also wear iron boots, which allows them to kill and stomp on the victims. They are ridiculously quick, and apparently it is impossible to outrun a red cap. Another one we've definitely all heard of is Willow the Wisp. They are sane and brave when Merida follows the will-o'-wisp, which leads her to a witch. Will-o'-the-wisps are often seen in marshland or grassland, and just like in Brave, they are shown as a little light. So this light guides people to their fate or tragedy. Some may lead people to treasure or their death. The term wisp comes from the twist in the straw that is the main part of the torch, which is linked to obviously the light that you follow, and when you torch and you're leading the way, you follow their light. Fairies have a huge misunderstanding, and I was one of the people who misunderstood. I had no idea they were goblins and murderous little creatures that put their clothes in the blood of the victims. I had no idea. But do these things exist? These are a kind of cryptid, as no one can prove that they exist or disprove that they exist. No one knows. But there are hundreds of kinds of sightings and theories, different types of fairies all over. There's a huge following for them. So I'm going to take a few ideas from this video and look at some types of fairy and do full videos on them. For instance, the red cap and the banshees, which are the most disturbing, and other kind of goblin creatures as well. If you did enjoy this video, please check this one out here. like, subscribe, and follow me on my hunt for paranormal sightings and events that are beyond belief.